Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Pulse. Headline news. Let's start off with some music this morning, then let's get rolling into the show. Enjoy, everybody. Let's do it.
I saw a werewolf with a Chinese menu in his hand, walking through the streets of Soho in the rain. He was looking for the place called Lee Ho Fooks. Gonna get a big dish of beef chow mein. Ahoo, werewolves of London. Ahoo, ahoo, werewolves of London. Ahoo. You hear him howling around your kitchen door. You better not let him in. Little old lady got mutilated late last night. Werewolves of London again. Ahoo, werewolves of London. Ahoo, ahoo, werewolves of London. Ahoo. He's the hairy-handed gent who ran amok in Kent. Lately he's been overheard in Mayfair. You better stay away from him. He'll rip your lungs out, Jim. I'd like to meet his tailor. Ahoo, werewolves of London. Ahoo, ahoo, werewolves of London. Ahoo. Well, I saw Lon Chaney walking with the Queen, doing the werewolves of London. I saw Lon Chaney Jr. walking with the Queen, doing the werewolves of London. I saw a werewolf drinking a pina colada at Trader Vic's. His hair was perfect. Werewolves of London. Proper. Werewolves of London.
This was not about bailing out small accounts, regular Americans. This is another bailout of the elites. This is a bailout of Silicon Valley, the same Silicon Valley that just brought us Sam Bankman-Fried. The Silicon Valley that for 20 years grew companies privately to exorbitant valuations, outrageous valuations, and then foisted them on the public at even higher valuations. They have made so much money. I mean, only the Saudi Arabian princes can deal with the amount of money that they've made. Who do you think bids against each other for the world's biggest yacht? Who bought the Maltese Falcon? I mean, this is what I'm talking about.
Good morning or afternoon. Welcome to the headline news. Today is Monday, March 20th, 2023. That's right. We're into March. First quarter's almost over. 2023 is saying 2022. Here, hold my beer. Good morning, Scott. How are you, my friend? Maybe.
What? What do you mean, maybe? What does that
All
even mean?
You're a little slow this morning.
Ugh.
Scott.
Ugh.
Hey, good
Woo!
morning, Scott. Yeah. Oh, take a shot of whiskey already this morning to kick off that Monday.
I did not. How about that? Not a morning drinker.
Not a morning
Thumbs
drinker.
up.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, not at all.
Yeah. Let's say good morning here. Yatesy's in the room. Miss Robin in the hood's in. Mr. Ninana Rick, room is filling up right now. Starting to come in. I'm
Yeah.
getting some messages on the side.
I'm only seeing important people out there.
Right.
So it's a good start, right?
It is. It's a great start. Great start for a great Monday. Hey, you know what? Today is the official first day of spring. What do you think of that? Are you springing in? You know,
I didn't.
No?
I didn't follow that.
you got some spring going? There you go. There's some spring for you. What do you think of that? Eric, welcome to the show. Yeah, first day of spring. It was beautiful here yesterday. Yesterday, it kind of blew us out of the water. It was, yeah, Robin puts what spring? Spring is what it was yesterday. I recorded 48 degrees here at the house yesterday. I mean, that's crazy. It's not for us right now. Currently it is 17 degrees Fahrenheit. That's in the positives for all of those. It's beautiful out. 17 degrees. We got a high of 35 today. I can be happy with that. Low of 16. Going into tomorrow, we got a high of 35, a low of 8. Let's see. Wednesday, 35 is the high, 12 for the low. We're pretty much staying in the 30s all the way through the weekend. Showing 37 on Sunday with a low of 23. I'm going to say that, yeah, hello, spring. Miss Robin, welcome. Welcome to the Headline News Show. Also, we got some stuff going on. Of course, the Big Ninana Ice Classic here. That's has kicked off as of the first week of March. In conjunction with the Old Man's podcast, we're actually going to do a little of our own Ice Classic guessing game, Scott. What do you think of that?
We'll see how that works out.
We'll see how that works. Anyway, us and the Old Man, we're putting on a little contest here. What you need to do is you guys can enter into this contest, guessing the day and date of breakup for the Ninana Ice Classic here in Alaska. What you want to do is you want to send us an email. You can send it here to, yep, there you go, Susie. Day and time is what we're going by. We're still kind of working the bugs out on this thing, just to let you know. You know how bugs work, right, Scott? Plenty of them. Send your entry into thepulsealaska@gmail.com. You guys are welcome to enter into it. Or you can send it to the Old Man's Podcast @gmail.com with your guess, day and date for breakup. We will be taking those up until April 5th. Closing will be April 5th on that. And we will record all the dates and times and go with it from there. Those of you for the big winner out there, you will be able to get a gift card to Glow Flow Denver out there. So we're going to have a lot of fun with it. Let's see. I already beat you to it. Make sure that you include your name on there. Yes, Eric, got it. Glow Flow Denver. Glow Flow.
Sorry.
Glow
Flow.
Yeah, we're going to have to do something with that. I got to get a hold of J Baby, by the way, too. All righty. Other than that, that's pretty much it. You ready to rock this news thing this morning?
Something like that.
Something like that? You know.
Yeah.
I started with my opening. Oh, thank you, Susie. For all those new and listening here, make sure you hit that follow button out there. Give some likes along the way. Also, we accept those little gift things out there, like Susie just posted out there. And as Scott says, what's your saying for the likes? Come on, let's hear
hit them hearts or hit the road.
it.
Is that the one you wanted?
Yeah, that's it. You can also check out our website. You could go to pulsealaska.com, find out more about us here. And all right, I think that's about it for the plugs for this moment. Let's go ahead and roll into the news. What do you got for us there? Let's start it off.
Let's see. Let's talk about Twitter. Your super Twitter tweet, right?
Yeah, tweet. Yeah, I did tweet this morning.
You did? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I tweeted.
So how about this? Let's start nice and easy. What do you know about the Twitter files?
I honestly, I know a little bit about it, but I'm not going to say that I am fully engulfed in the situation. How's that?
Okay, so let's just break it down as simple as we can. So the Twitter files is I'll call it a project that is being headed by independent journalists who, after the purchase of Twitter by Elon Musk, were given access to emails and correspondence and projects and different actions that were taken on Twitter that involve mostly so far involving the U.S. government and different agencies and media.
Okay.
So basically controlling the narrative on Twitter via the government. Right?
Creeper, welcome. Yeah, no, I get that now. You and I have talked about it a few times. I just wanted to make sure that I was in the know, so to speak. How's that?
Right.
Is that for you? Yeah. Okay.
So one of the more famous ones is Matt Taibbi. He's a former Rolling Stone journalist, kind of gone rogue, does his own thing on Substack. And he's been put in charge of. There's a rotation of we'll call them independent journalists, which is one of the things that I actually it's actually probably the heart of this show without ever talking about it is independent journalist.
Right.
It's something that I hound, and so I do follow him and read his articles. But yeah, so this last round that came out on late Friday afternoon. Is a very interesting topic, and I thought I would bring it up. So Twitter files posted on Friday revealed that the U.S. government and major social media companies worked hand in hand with Stanford University in effort to censor or limit true information about COVID-19 and the vaccines.
Okay.
So I'm going to go into a little bit further on this one, just so you kind of get where that's going.
Yeah.
It was called the Virality Project.
Okay.
It was in 2021. And so Stanford worked with the government to launch what they called a pan-industry monitoring plan for COVID-related content.
Oh, okay.
And it was literally the goal, the tagline for this Virality Project was to censor or limit true information about COVID-19.
So are we starting to see a trend here after the WhatsApp and everything else? Is that basically where it's going?
No. Well, I wouldn't compare it to that.
Okay.
This is like, I mean, I guess you could sort of compare it because it's sort of like exposing the government.
Yeah.
But this is taking it to a new level. This is, it's like, I feel a lot of times that people use the word like scientist or professor or university or, things like that. They use those as just like proof that something's true.
Right.
And I just think this is a shameful example of that.
Yeah.
Absolutely shameful.
Okay.
So I just thought I would bring that up. We haven't talked about the Twitter files. They've been going on. They have found all kinds of corruption that was going on at Twitter before Elon was there. It's all being exposed. We haven't really talked about it because I didn't see anything. There's a lot of does, like, yeah, of course they were like censoring that, like, duh. Like, but this one being, this is new to me. Like this whole having a project with a university and the US government's involved, and like this is
right.
Yeah, they took it a little too far here.
Okay. All right. I get you. I actually dropped for a moment.
I was
Scott. It was me. It wasn't you. That's all right. They're probably throwing a pulse out. No pun intended. I'm here. All right. What else you got? You got any more comments on that?
No. I think we'll just leave that there and
leave well enough alone till we get some more on it.
Yeah, but what I wanted to do is bring that topic onto our show. So when they do make updates, we can kind of give you a play-by-play on it. So
right. You're welcome. Okay.
So we're obviously going to have to talk about banks, right?
Yeah, just a little bit. I threw out the rant right at the beginning of the show.
I know it's kind of fit that you picked that one for today.
I was like, let's pick a rant for the morning. I was like, I think we're going to go into some bank stuff. So let's throw out that rant and let it roll.
So yeah, let's do a play-by-play with Credit Suisse.
Okay.
Since we announced this, I think what was a Thursday was when we first talked about it, right? And we've kind of just been mentioning it little bit by little bit. So Saturday morning, BlackRock, again, that's that company that the U.S. company that likes to buy people's houses and then turn them into rentals and then charge way more than they should be charged.
Yeah.
A rumor from Financial Times said that Saturday morning, BlackRock assembles rival Credit Suisse takeover bid, challenging UBS to acquire the Swiss bank. Immediately after that, so this is Saturday morning. Right. Immediately after that, BlackRock comes out uses their spokesman, goes to Bloomberg, and says absolutely 100% denies that Financial Times report, says that it had no interest in acquiring Credit Suisse or any of its assets. So, really, closed statement, right?
Yeah.
So let's kind of just slowly slide into the future as we go. So now we're into Sunday, right? Right. So what's on the rumor mill now? Okay, so Sunday morning, we have UBS offers to buy rival Credit Suisse for $1 billion, a fraction of its current market value. Swiss authorities planning to change the country's laws to bypass a shareholder vote on the transaction.
Ooh. Okay. So now it's getting slimy in the background. That's we've already seen we've got all these banks that are taking a dump this morning. Well, actually the last week that we've been talking about. Now, BlackRock is backed by who?
BlackRock.
Right.
Yeah, but also like, for instance, like, you've got a lot of people who their entire political careers are funded by BlackRock.
Right.
One of them being Elizabeth Warren is very outspoken about how great BlackRock is.
Yeah.
This is a company we brought them up last week.
Yes.
What was it called? I don't even remember what it was called. It was like the financial genie AI machine that they're developing. I mean, like,
Correct.
whoa, yeah, like, um,
It's gonna get, that's what I mean. All this stuff is getting so slimy right now that it's scary to see what's gonna happen. We did
yeah.
talk about,
So
yeah, go
I'm
ahead.
gonna get you. I'm gonna get you a clip. We're gonna finish off this Credit Suisse stuff.
Okay. Bong, there it is, coming in hot. Let's see. Do you have a headline for this, or you just want me to let it fly?
Let's let's do a little headline on this one.
Okay.
So Swiss government confirms that Credit Suisse takeover by UBS and says the bankruptcy of a global systematically important bank would have caused irreparable economic turmoil. UBS buys Credit Suisse for 3 billion Swiss francs in shares. Government provides 9 billion in Swiss francs guarantee for possible losses. Swiss Central Bank provides 100 billion Swiss francs liquidity guarantee.
Ooh.
Federal Council operates with emergency law.
All right, let's go ahead and play that clip right now. Here we go. It's not very long here. Here it goes. Let's get it out there.
The bankruptcy of a global systematically important bank would have caused irreparable economic turmoil in Switzerland and throughout the world. For this reason, Switzerland had to take the responsibilities beyond its own borders. These efforts have paid off. The Federal Council is convinced that UBS takeover of Credit Suisse has laid the foundations for greater stability both in Switzerland and internationally. Ich danke Ihnen.
Okay, there you go. Okay, so break it down is basically they're trying to buy this company, right? That's they're showing
No, they're orchestrating
right.
who buys the company is
Yeah.
what you need to take out of that.
Okay. All right. No, I was just
it's being orchestrated.
yeah.
They devalued the company to nothing and basically just handed off a client list to UBS, which they obviously think is probably more stable. But
Right.
basically, UBS is paying like application fees for Credit Suisse.
Yeah.
So, 2 or 3 years ago, Credit Suisse was one of the hottest traded stocks.
Yeah, it was. Absolutely.
It's been on, lists that me and you have both looked at. We've discussed that bank
Right.
before.
Right.
Because it's really one of the only accessible Swiss banks that you can trade, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
because Swiss banks are Swiss banks, right?
Yeah, that's pretty
So-
much it. It's it in a nutshell, right? Yeah. We've actually talked a lot about that. And I noticed, did you see what Credit Suisse did this morning? Did you happen to check it? Or would you like me to throw it out?
That's to me the end of the news, to be
Okay.
honest, with them.
Yeah. All righty. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll hang on.
It's a defunct company, isn't it? So I mean, are they showing still? Can you look them up?
Yeah. I'm actually on them right now. Gato, welcome to the show.
All right. Well, yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
Let's look that up live and just see.
I can tell you right now. Let's see here. Currently went down another 53% this morning. You can buy a current share price at 96 cents a share.
Yeah.
Tell me, let me look at start of the day here for them. Okay, because this is actually really, really interesting, right? So for today, okay, they went down $7. Let's see here. What is for today? One day. Yeah, they're currently running at 96.6, so under 97 cents for today per share price. Yeah, that's ugly. It actually hit a low of 82 cents. They hovered around $8 a share for quite a while. That's pretty ugly. What do you think, Scott? Tell me.
You know, I don't know. I don't know what I think. I think this is just ugly, right?
Yeah, it
This
is.
is a micro like save the banks.
Right.
So, and I don't like what this leads into.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of nasty rumors out there about this week possible bank runs.
Right. Right.
There's also, and I'm saying rumors because that's where I'm at with it. There's also rumors of what they call, and you can look this up on, on your own. I don't want to get into it too much on here, but what they call bulge bracket. Have you ever heard that term?
I have.
Okay. So bulge bracket is what feeds the entire world's commerce. It's like when you have giant corporations and they need loans to exist,
Right.
they use a bulge bracket bank. And you could just guess what those banks are. I don't have to like run a list for you, but you're really talking about JP Morgan Chase, Deutsche Bank. You're just talking about big
Barclays. Yeah. I mean, it just goes, it's a
so we haven't seen it hit to that arena yet. But there's rumors that it's going to hit. There's a lot of rumors of nasty news for especially JP Morgan Chase, but it has not affected them as of yet. So like I said, rumor mill.
Right. Okay. All right, let's move on. What else you got?
Okay, so I think we're just going to go ahead and just jump into this one, and we're just going to examine just this one headline.
Okay.
So a lot of people are buzzing. I've even heard people here on the bean talk about it already. So we're just going to go ahead and get into this. So
okay.
On Saturday, Donald Trump posted that he will be arrested on Tuesday and calls for a protest and take our nation back. Let's actually, and I'm going to tell you that this is written so poorly.
Okay. You can tell he wrote it. Is that what you're saying?
Well, all I'm saying is I like, it almost feels like he snuck away from like, Secret Service.
Yeah.
And like ran to go take a dump.
Welcome.
And like
he's doing in the
he's like in the toilet, like, in a hallway somewhere in Mar-a-Lago. It's like, where's the former president? And he's in there and he's like on True Social. And he's just like, he's typing as fast as he can. He's got the cap locks on, like this whole thing. Like, it's just like, it's frantic. This is I'll read if you want. You want me to read what he wrote?
I want you to read it. Okay, everyone just joining us today. This is the Twitter post that
True Social post.
True Social. Let me straighten that out. True Social post that former President Trump had put out from exactly. Who knows where it came out of, but you know what I'm saying. Go with it, Scott.
There's so many missing words. So I'm just going to read it. I'm not going to help.
Yeah, don't help it. Just read it straight out. Like I said, he probably blasted it out as he's sitting on the crapper just away from, Secret Service and everyone else.
Like, what did you just post?
Yeah, exactly. They're outside and banging on his bathroom door going, dude, seriously? All right, let's hear it.
Here we go. Our nation is now third world and dying. The American dream is dead. The radical left anarchists have stolen our presidential election and with it, the heart of our country. American patriots are being arrested and held in captivity like animals, while criminals and leftist thugs are allowed to roam the streets, killing and burning with no retribution. Millions are flooding through our open borders, many from prisons and mental institutions. Crime and inflation are destroying our very way of life. Now, illegal leaks from a corrupt and highly political Manhattan District Attorney's Office, which has allowed new records to be set in violent crime and whose leader is funded by George Soros, indicate that with no crime being able to be proven and based on an old and fully debunked by numerous other prosecutors, right? Fairy tale, the far and away leading Republican candidate and former president of the United States of America will be arrested on Tuesday of next week. Protest, take our nation back.
Yeah, it's going out. It's going to go down. I mean, we
Right,
already
and-
got the trifecta last week, right? I'm going to go ahead and throw
Right.
that out there. We got the the trifecta happening for President Trump out there. He has Truth Social, right? He's got Twitter
Right.
back.
Right.
He has the trifecta consists of Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook. And the only thing he put out on Twitter, which I had to laugh
No,
about.
he has not put anything out on Twitter.
Not on Twitter, but on Facebook, right? Was I'm back,
think,
Mr. T. Well,
yeah, but you know what? Have you seen it?
I did.
Okay.
I saw a screenshot of it. Yeah, and it said I'm back.
Okay. The only reason why I'm saying that is because that's actually like kind of like a meme that gets thrown around.
Right. No, I actually saw it. I actually saw it on there. So yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, this was on True Social. It's an echo chamber for Trump supporters at this point.
Right.
He wrote this all in caps. It kind of stirred people, right? This stirred people over the weekend. And so we're just reporting it as it is, and we're just gonna go with that.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna see it. Here it comes, right? I mean.
What about some of one of his? How about one of his friends? When you want to switch over to one of his friends, what one of his friends is doing?
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Kim Jong-un, is that a friend of Donald Trump? We're great friends.
Yeah,
we get along great. We have love letters. Remember, he had love letters.
Yeah,
We have love letters. We send love letters to each other, right? So a big announcement in North Korea over the weekend. Okay. So this is one of those ones that you can kind of play by the words, right? So North Korea signed up 800,000 young people to completely wipe out the U.S. and South Korea, their state media claims. You look into this a little bit further.
Yeah.
And North Korea is actually saying that all as they did was announce that they would like to destroy the United States and South Korea. Like, hey, we're kind of thinking about destroying the United States and South Korea. Like, what are the wonderful citizens of North Korea think? And then all these people just like flooded in. They're like, pick me. I want to destroy the evil U.S. And they just flooded in. So that's their storyline. But it was breaking news. Very scary that they would be assembling an almost 1 million man army. That is not necessarily comforting news.
Right. Well, they just had the big parade. What, 2 weeks ago? Was it 2 or 3 weeks ago?
They put on a parade. Let me tell you.
Yeah, let me tell you, there was.
They have the most impressive cardboard nukes that.
You went there, didn't you? Scott.
They got all those grocery stores with the big windows with like cardboard vegetables in the
Scrabble bag. Welcome. Uh-oh. I said welcome, but they jumped out. We totally got gophered already this morning. That's our first gopher this morning, Scott.
It's called prairie dogging, bro.
It's prairie dogging. I was being kind. I was trying to be kind on this Monday, but we totally got prairie dogged. Yeah, turtled big time. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, they come in, no name. And for those that don't know, Yancey helped us out with this one from WKOP. We have coined the phrase Scrabble bag here. So if you come in with no name, no screen name on you, you're going to be called Scrabble bag, and welcome to the show. For all those new people listening here, make sure you hit those follow buttons out there. Give us some likes on the way through. And you're also welcome to send those little gifts like Miss Susie did. Thank you, Susie. Boy, she is happy this morning. She's actually really happy. I don't know. We're just doing well. It's a good day. It's Monday. We're both off today, Scott. What do you think of that? Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah. We're both off today. Yeah.
You guys are going to party.
Oh, like rock stars, man. Oh, yeah. All right. Oh, you're going back to the cardboard punch outs. I just thought about that again.
Well, whatever. So I got a little update here. The protests in France.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah. Quick recap.
Okay.
Well, 49.3 was basically the presidential executive order that bypasses their entire parliament there.
Right.
It bypasses the entire government and lets the president use whatever power for whatever he wants to do. This is over pension rights. Huge protests broke out, fires, everything else, people all in the streets. We saw all kinds of crazy footage last week on this.
That's Friday.
Well, it was announced Saturday night. Paris police banned all protests, especially targeting the Place de la Concorde and on the Champs-Élysées after unrest across France. So, so they stopped it. They made it illegal to protest.
Right.
But yeah, there was huge protests there last week. And they just weren't stopping. There was it was 2 days.
Yeah,
2 days of full protest.
They weren't even burning furniture. They were having like fire sales out there.
Right. That was like that one video. They got this, they build this whole barricade going across a street.
Yeah.
And then of furniture. And it's a full barricade that's 12 feet tall, and they light it on fire.
Right.
It was just crazy.
Yeah.
So
Mr. T put out there, I know where he's going. Mr. T's a Beastie Boys fan. You can't help it. All right. We watched it. As a matter of fact, we put out stuff on Thursday and Friday when this stuff started kicking off out there. And just some of the videos and just some of the, the response to what was going on out there. I mean, what are they going to do? Arrest everyone out there? I mean, come on.
Right?
I mean, it's going to get ugly. Bad time to go there right now, just to say, All righty. Go ahead. What else you got?
So as you know, I look at all of the European news. Yeah, that's where I found that about how the police were banning the protests. But I didn't really find super hot stories coming out of Germany over the weekend, but I still looked anyway. But one of the leading stories was actually just kind of like a case study kind of story. And it was sparked by something. So over the weekend, 2 people died in Germany from knife attacks. One was another was severely injured. These attacks are mostly happening in Berlin and Munster. In Munster, a family man who was 31 was stabbed to death at a fun fair. In Berlin, a 21-year-old man was stabbed to death on the forecourt of a shopping center. In both cases, the suspects are on the run. The reason why this is getting big over in Germany is because in Berlin alone, there has been 3,300 knife attacks since January 1st.
Wow. That's huge.
Like,
I mean, yeah. This is no
stab
longer.
fest.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
this is no longer just a shot in the dark, no pun intended. This
right.
is
So basically we're hearing the same type of mentality we hear about like Chicago, right?
right.
Now in Berlin, where every weekend there's shootings in Chicago. Now you could just say that every weekend there's stabbings in Berlin, you know.
It's a shank fest. That's what they're going.
Shank fest.
No, I'm not trying to make that funny. I'm just saying it is it's awful what we're seeing out there right now. It's I don't know. I'll just I'm not gonna go push on. I'm not gonna go into a rant. Okay, Scott, what else you got?
Well, we got over in the Middle East, the king of Saudi Arabia has formally invited the Iranian president to Riyadh, to the capital there.
Okay.
That's all the report is, but that's groundbreaking. That's
Big
not
time.
anything
not
that
something to
anyone
look
expected. So,
Yeah. No. Okay. Looking forward to more on that.
And we did report that they've part of this relationship between Saudi Arabia and Iran removes the threat of the Houthi rebels that have been attacking airports. Both Saudi Arabia and from Yemen, the Houthi there have been going back and forth. There's been huge disasters over the last 10 years in this conflict. Hospitals have been bombed.
Right.
So we're talking about some pretty ruthless actions have been taken. And this relationship between Saudi Arabia and Iran should crush that.
Yeah.
So we should see that disappearing.
Should see it disappear, and should see it, at the most, it should curve things a little bit, and knock things down. Robin put out there, we plan on going to Europe sometime in the future. Maybe. Yeah. Like I said, we got crazy stuff going on right now in the world. We're seeing some strange, the stuff that we're breaking, Scott, that a lot of people aren't breaking out there. We're seeing some surprises, big time surprises that,
right.
It's almost, I don't know. I don't know how to put it anymore. We've been watching the shit show go on for months here, in the US, but now we're starting to see, we talked about, how China mitigated, how should I say it? We're seeing other countries get in there and start, doing some things that are changing aspects of the world right now. Some for good, some for bad, but at least we're seeing movement out there, that's let's just go with that. All right, Scott, what else you got going there?
I think I'm going to send you a clip.
Well, please do.
Let's do
how I
this.
like those clips this morning.
Straight off the desk.
Straight off the desk. Wow, that is hot. Okay.
So this is also an update from a story we broke last week about the International Criminal Court has put an arrest warrant out for Vladimir Putin.
Yeah.
And so what this clip is, it's a little lengthy, right? 2 minutes.
Yeah.
It's very insightful. I don't like this guy, but whatever. It's former U.S. National Security Advisor John Bolton. And he is stating that the International Criminal Court is fundamentally illegitimate and it's a very dangerous institution. My thing with John Bolton is he's a war hawk. So he should not be put into any position of power. But does he know how foreign policy and other things work? Does he have some insight? Of course he does. But he's a war hawk. Keep him out of the government. That's my opinion. But yeah. So you can roll.
That's the wrong Bolton. Gato. That sounds like pretty good music. All right, let's go ahead and roll this clip here. You're thinking of Michael Bolton there. John Bolton's the other guy. Here we go. Let's go ahead and play it. About 2 minutes long.
Boring brother.
It says boring brother. Yeah. The walking encyclopedia. Here we go. Let's do it.
I believe, and have for many years, the International Criminal Court is fundamentally illegitimate. It's not something the United States should cooperate with.
Why?
This is not in any way to excuse Putin's conduct of the war, but there are jurisdictions that can try him, Ukraine in particular, and ultimately a free Russia to try him. The International Criminal Court is illegitimate because it is an exercise of governmental power in a vacuum without any constitutional framework to restrain it. And it's a very dangerous institution. And I think the conduct of the International Criminal Court is potentially threatening, at this point, to a diplomatic solution in Ukraine. If you want negotiations to take place, do you think an arrest warrant for Vladimir Putin makes it more likely, less likely he will negotiate? This free electron out there, divorced from political control, and I mean that in the constitutional sense, I think is more of a menace than an aid.
So you have a beef with the ICC, but do you think if an arrest warrant was issued by another authority, then that you feel would be legitimate, that would be appropriate?
Well, I think Ukraine could certainly issue an arrest warrant. The issue, though, is do you really want to try Vladimir Putin in absentia? That's the kind of stab in the back circumstances that give rise to an authoritarian being able to enhance his own standing in domestic politics. The real ultimate justice here for this is going to have to come from a new Russian government at some point. And I think it inhibits the emergence of political maturity when you tell a country in whose name crimes have been committed, we're going to take the burden of judging your leaders off you. They are precisely the people who should make that judgment, as Iraq made the judgment to convict and execute Saddam Hussein.
All right, there you go. You want to break that down, Scott? Sorry, man. Scott.
Man, I don't know. I mean, I know he's that was on Sky News, by the way. That was broadcast in the UK.
Yeah.
He's a war hawk. So
yeah.
He's just trying to figure out a way to, I mean, I hate to say this about him, but everything he's ever promoted results in just a lot of dead people.
Right.
So I don't know, like this subject line, it was going around because he knows a lot about that. It is interesting how he did bring up other ways, right? He brought up, the Ukraine could go after him, but at the same time, you're talking about something that's going to end up being ignored. And I kind of feel that where he's going here is this isn't the right avenue to get what you want.
Right. You and
you want to go after Putin.
Yeah.
There's probably a better way. That's all I'm hearing really from him. There's probably a more effective way.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, they put out the warrant. What's it to, the ICC issued the arrest warrant for him over war crimes. I mean, to me, you and I talked about it on Friday's news even. I asked you, do you think there's a lot of fluff in that? Well, no, there's not, because they are serious about it. But where's it going to go from there? How can they do anything about it?
Right. And it's one of those things that like you just sign up for the club if you like subscribe to the ICC or not.
Right.
And that's what I think. That's where I think people are gonna challenge its legitimacy, because like even a former national security advisor of our own country even thinks that.
Rohan.
So, but let's move on. There is
I
big
see
news.
the old man. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, there's big news coming out of Moscow, right?
Okay.
This morning. Also, I wanna throw that out. So something you're not gonna hear, and most people are not gonna hear. Where was Vladimir Putin this weekend? Do you know, Brett?
I do, because we talked about it. Okay. But go ahead, throw it out there, because it's not like floating around all over in the media. Sure as hell.
No, it's totally not. Like, no one's talking about it.
They're keeping it in their pocket right now. Go ahead, Scott. Throw it out there.
He spent most of his time in the city of Mariupol.
Correct.
And he drove around in a car all over the Ukraine all weekend long.
Yeah.
Flaunting, I guess, his control of the territory. He went to saw some sort of music presentation that was done at like some theater hall. But really, no one covered this, because I think it would end up kind of turning negative that he was doing it, 'cause it's kind of flaunting. But it just continues to roll, right?
Yeah.
So he does that over the weekend, and basically midday today, and just happened so many hours ago. China's President Xi Jinping has arrived in Moscow to meet with Vladimir Putin.
Here we go.
Winnie the Pooh.
Daddy Huff.
Winnie the Pooh.
Welcome. Yeah, that's it. That's
Winnie
exactly
the
right.
Pooh.
No guitar?
No.
I figure you'd have the guitar like handy for that. You know how we like.
Yeah, they did the whole, like, I'm not even kidding. Like, they brought all of the Russia, of course, like when he gets off the plane, they have all their guys, right? And they're all like dressed up, all cool with like weird coats and stuff and hats,
Right.
And they're standing there all cool. And then China brought their own dudes. They're like, oh, check this out. Like coming out of the plane, like, what? Like they're like doing a little parade march. Like, I mean, I love when people try to show each other up with like who's got the best color guard,
Right. Yeah.
Like,
and they do that. Yeah. Rose, welcome to the show. Yeah, no, they were, and that's what's funny was what I know where you got the ticker on that one, with him cruising around Mariupol. I mean, they're not going to put that kind of stuff out there. They're
no.
They're just going to hang on to it. We're just going to, no, we're not going to.
I actually saw this thing. It was a post of every major country in Europe, their headline over the weekend.
Yeah.
And it was literally mixed in half. Like some countries were more devastated by Putin being in Ukraine. And then the other half was like, we've got him now because of the ICC. So it was like, those are really the two stories that involve him.
Do you think that was more of a nah? I mean, think about it. Okay, if he left Moscow, he literally had to fly south, right?
Right.
Straight through Ukrainian territory, or he maybe have swooped around a little bit. But if you think about it,
no, there's a direct connection.
Yeah,
no, I'm being serious.
I know.
Like you could literally walk from Russia into Russian-controlled Ukraine.
Right.
Like there's plenty of places you could do that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's basically what they did.
No. All along some parts of a bunch of land of the northern part of Ukraine is completely occupied by Russia, a whole section of the border. And then to the east, you have going all the way up vertically, a whole section of that border. fully controlled by Russians right now.
Okay.
Like I'm talking about like
Yeah.
hundreds of miles. So he'd have no problem just staying within 100-mile bracket
Right.
to fly in, and they wouldn't even known because
Yeah.
they control it. They literally control it.
He's got the bubble, right? That's,
Let's go ahead and let's see. I'm going to look real quick and see if we've got. Yeah, so let's go ahead and not talk about him. Because
Okay.
Putin's Putin, and
Putin's
like
Putin.
like Putin regular, and then Putin like with a P and an O.
Putin light. Is that Putin light?
Like he's Putin.
Yeah. All right.
Like rabbit. Oh, someone said something about look at
Yeah.
like he was Peter.
Yeah.
Poot.
All right.
So let me. How about this? I send you a clip.
Okay.
I send you clip.
I send you a clip. You send it now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
this is I think a nicer clip.
Okay. Is this a follow-up? Yeah.
No, it's sort of about something we haven't brought up because there really hasn't been much about.
Okay.
So this is the European Union's von der Leyen. The European Commission alone will support Turkey with 1 billion euros for the post-earthquake reconstruction.
Okay. Here we go. Here's that clip. It's a short clip. This is von der Leyen. Let's do it.
I am pleased to announce that the European Commission alone will support Turkey with 1 billion euro for the post-earthquake reconstruction. We also pledge a further package of 108 million euro for humanitarian assistance and early recovery in Syria. On top of this, our member states and the European financial institutions will make additional pledges.
Okay, there you go, Scott. 1 billion, right?
1 billion. But we're going to start talking numbers here, and you're going to just go, oh, God. Okay. So also out of the EU this morning, the European Union has agreed to supply Ukraine with 1 million rounds of artillery ammunition. Valued at?
1 billion?
2
billion.
2 billion euros over the next 12 months. So one of the most devastating in some of our lifetime. This is one of the most devastating things that's happened on this planet in our lifetime. The earthquakes in Turkey.
Right.
The European Union are going to give them 1 billion, and then in the same session give $2 billion worth of ammunition to the Ukraine.
Unbelievable.
So the idea is it's twice of value to kill than it is to help.
To help and rebuild.
That's what I'm getting out of that.
Right.
I was like kind of like hit by that, like that news. It's just, and they did it in the same session. It's just like, it's so tacky. I mean, can I go with that? It's just
tacky that's being kind, saying it's tacky. Yeah. In the same session. Okay. 1 billion for the post-earthquake reconstruction and 2 billion. Let's send it to fear porn in war. Okay. Gato
says send 1 million Germans with knives.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right. I don't get it. I just don't get it anymore. I'm going to hold on the rant for a moment.
We've got news pouring in like crazy this morning. Okay. And I'm looking at the time. I'm sure you got some like weird pop song you've been wanting to play all morning.
No,
You know,
no.
yeah, I'm sure like everybody. Yeah, like whatever you have in your mind that you're just
I'm
like,
actually
I have
going
to play
fun this
I
morning.
have to play this song.
Yeah, no, I'm actually going fun this morning. I'm actually going
Okay.
old
Okay.
school.
Well, anyway, you should probably play your song, you know.
First of all, yeah, I'll
kneel
play.
to the corporate knee, you know, kneel down to the corporate entity in front of you,
Neil,
whatever you do in the background.
are you referencing Neil Diamond now? Is that where you're going with it?
Mm.
I'm gonna shove that right up your tail.
And then but I've got quite a few more to share, and I think we should bring some people on the panel and we'll kind of go through them. I got clips too. I've got a couple more clips to run through.
All right, let's do it. Okay, first of all, everyone, welcome to the Pulse Headline News. Today is Monday, March 20th, the first day of spring. It's beautiful here in Alaska. It was gorgeous yesterday. We hit 48 degrees here. Yeah, spring and a smile. Let's go with it. Let's just do it. Anyway, please hit those follow buttons if you haven't already. Give us some likes on the way through. As Scott always says, hit the hearts or hit the road. No. I would love to play some Diamond for you, old man. I currently already have something else queued up, some old school. Let's go ahead and do that. We're going to take a couple minute break here. Fill up your coffee cups out there. We got about 3 minutes here, and we'll be right back to the show. Everyone, thank you for being here with the Pulse. Enjoy.
When there's nothing but a slow glowing dream that your fear seems to hide deep inside your mind. All alone I have cried silent tears full of pride in a world made of steel, made of stone. Where I hear the music, close my eyes, feel the rhythm, wrap around, take a hold of my heart. What a feeling, feels believing. I can't have it all now, I'm dancing for my life. Take your passion and make it happen. It just come alive, you can dance right through your life. I hear the music, close my eyes, I am rhythm. In a flash, it takes hold of my heart. What a feeling, feels believing. I can't have it all now, I'm dancing for my life. What a feeling.
the Clear Sky
This show brought to you in part by the great people at Clear Sky Lodge, where the steaks are the best in Alaska. Don't forget Wednesday food specials and pool tournaments on Friday nights at 7:30. Clear Sky Lodge, located at milepost 280 Parks Highway, Anderson, Alaska. Open 7 days a week, 3 p.m. to 10 p.m. Give them a call at 907-582-2251. Tell them your friends at The Pulse sent you. All righty, everyone. Welcome back to the Pulse Headline News. Miss Ellie, welcome to the show. Let's see here. Scott, you back with me there? What are you, chasing coffee? Are you going through a drive-thru? Come on. You can do it. He probably crashed. I don't know where you went. Scott. I tell you what, let's see if he hops back on here. Yeah, Gato, I may have to. I don't quite
I'm
have
supposed
the
to press
open.
this button.
Yeah. You're just leaving me.
Happy Nowruz, Ellie.
Yes, Happy New Year. Yeah, you were just leaving me hanging. What'd you leave your coffee on the counter again? Is that what you did?
I just wasn't. I was just too busy making little dancey people.
Oh, is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
You're enjoying that whole the whole text thing, aren't you? We had fun with that the other night, you and I. We were on the air. We're putting some stuff out there.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, geez. Yeah. Did you ever find one for a mop? Or
No.
Okay. All right. No, I don't get scared at all without him, Miss Robin. I just like to tease him, because he's such a sugar brother, the big catty daddy. All righty. Scott, you want me to go ahead and, he's the sugar brother. You got to say sexy sugar brother, the big catty daddy.
Stop.
All right, you want me to go ahead and open the lines up here?
Yeah, we got some big news. It's news is just flying all over the place right now. A lot of stuff is coming in hot. Yeah.
Okay.
But go ahead, and whoever wants to come in and join, and we'll bring up some subjects and we'll get through some stuff. I got some more clips for you too.
Okay. All righty, let's go ahead and welcome. Let's get our first one in here. Let's welcome El Gato to the panel. Gato,
Yes.
How are you this morning?
I'm great. It's nice and cool. Not blazing hot. It's not raining. It's my kind of weather. It's work weather when you work outside. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. All right. Welcome to the panel. Also, I did open the lines here. You're welcome to call in and get in on this. And let's see here. Scott, what else? You got stuff lining up. I see stuff popping all over the place right now.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I did want to make an announcement about the seriousness of the possible Trump indictment. And remember, I suspected, I told you it was an opinion of mine that they were debating doing maybe an interstate warrant. We announced that before Trump got scared about it.
Right.
But I'm glad he's handling it like a nice, responsible person. He's not.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Pretty close to how I respond to stress.
He's not
text
calling
people
for
on the toilet.
a rally or anything like that, is he? He's saying, everybody calm yourselves. We're going to handle it, right? He's being a professional about it.
Yeah,
well, the news is that the New York Police Department is setting up steel barricades outside of the Manhattan Criminal Court, and that is just in. So obviously, the New York PD are the law enforcement that is involved with the Manhattan court system. Know something that we don't know, or they're just suspecting that there might be, a bunch of people in bison hats showing up. I don't know.
So what you're saying is he didn't learn from the other time.
No, but I do notice that ever since January 6th, this is the response that we get. We get these fences. Our
just think
government
about it for a
loves
minute.
Fences, right?
Hey, Scott, just think about it for a minute. You know, why they got all the PD around the courthouse, crime is going to skyrocket in New York because half the police force will be standing around the courthouse. They'll be out on the street.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're gonna see some
Warriors.
Yeah.
Come
out and play.
I tell you what, you know, I just yeah. We're just gonna have to see. You know, we're just gonna have to see. We read the tweet this morning, the Twitter, the
True social. I think they call them truths.
Truths. I think they should have called it trumpets. Because it's more like
I
think it was.
I remember a lot of people said that. Why don't you just call them Trumps?
Right.
Or toots.
Toots. Yeah.
You could toot your Trump.
Right. I mean,
oh, give me land, lots of land under starry
I figured this was fitting for you, Scott.
Don't fence me in.
What do you think?
Let me ride through the wide open country that I love.
Don't fence me in.
Let me be by myself.
Well, we've got a lot more coming in. So, and
this
I've got
is,
some headlines and I've got a clip for you.
I think this is what Vladimir Putin was writing to when he was in the middle of Ukraine driving.
Right.
Possibility.
Yeah,
all right,
little
back to the news
little
here.
smoky American country music as he's cruising around the Ukrainian countryside, you know. Just reflecting on what a great moment that was. Wow.
It's just a great moment. Close to a rant.
Okay, so how about this announcement? You love money. You love gifts.
I do. I love gifts. Yeah, make sure you hit those like buttons and hit those little hearts, and you can send us gifts on the way as well.
Okay, well,
I'm money grubbing. I'm bean grubbing.
So the U.S. Just announced that they are sending another $350 million in weapons to the Ukraine.
Are you kidding me?
Yep.
This is just like an open pocket right now.
Absolutely, 100%.
We just got an open checkbook. Do we happen to? Okay, I'm borderline rant now. Just saying here. Yeah, I hear you snickering out there. Okay, let's talk about it. How much have we? Do we have an accumulable total as to how much we've sent to Ukraine?
I do not have that number. That sounds like a math project.
Right.
That sounds like you need to go to MIT and take up an entire lab.
Or Doc Brown
figure that out.
Or Doc Brown can get the flux capacitor and multiply.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Because we're gonna have 1.21 gigawatts. Okay.
Great Scott.
Great Scott.
Hey guys.
Yes,
we can't send Zelensky enough money to keep his mouth shut. That's why they're sending him all this crap. Because if he doesn't get his way, he starts spilling the beans.
He ain't spilling nothing. He ain't spilling. You know what? He's buying tracksuits and eating steak and lobster on us right now. Okay, I'm getting ready. Okay, here it is.
Oh wait, look at So El Papi de Hoff has said,
yes,
31.7 billion.
Correct. I just pulled it up right now.
Is there like a website that tracks this?
You know who's tracking it? Believe it or not,
Donald Trump.
BBC is tracking it. No, BBC is tracking it. Let's see here. Congress approved. Blah blah blah. Congress.gov. US I tell you what, there's a bunch of people tracking it right now. Just go down the list. But yes.
Well, I thought what we would do is we would get the vibe of what's going on right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to send you a clip, and this is the Secretary of State Blinken.
Yeah.
Okay. And in this statement, he says the world should not be fooled by any tactical move by Russia, supported by China or any other country to freeze the war on its own terms.
Okay, let's go ahead and play that clip right now. It's about 30 seconds long. Here we go. This is Blinken. Oh, man.
And a ceasefire now, without a durable solution, would allow President Putin to rest and refit his troops and then restart the war at a time more advantageous to Russia. The world should not be fooled by any tactical move by Russia, supported by China or any other country, to freeze the war on its own terms. Such a move would violate the UN Charter and defy the will of 141 countries who have condemned Russia's war in the United Nations General Assembly.
Okay, there you go. That was Blinken. The world should not be fooled by any tactical move by Russia, supported by China or any other country, to freeze the war on its own terms. Rohan, welcome to the panel. Please, just a reminder here, we are a PG show. And I take it you're a first-time caller here. Oh, we lost him.
Oh.
You scared him, Scott.
I didn't say anything. That was you.
Like when
that was you. You're like you can't have a potty mouth. Get the hell off my panel. I heard what you said.
This is like the first Bruce Lee movie where he's in China, but they got the big Russian guy at the end. That's what this is like.
I must break you. Is that what you're saying?
No, Bruce Lee. What was it? The Way of the Fist?
Oh, I was thinking Rocky for some reason. Why the hell did Rocky go into my head?
I wasn't
Russian
there.
Guy where Bruce Lee kicked him in the chest and broke his back or something, or he kicked him in the back. Yeah.
I had to hear some Rocky this morning for you, Rocky.
Oh, yeah, that.
Okay.
Adrian!
Okay. I'm sorry.
You know, I don't trust anybody. I don't trust anybody that has a name of something I do unconsciously, like Blinken.
That's because
okay? Blinken sounds like a shill that they've instilled.
Yeah.
Well, Abraham.
Okay.
Lincoln, sir.
He's just a friend.
He's just a friend.
That's really what he is. He's just a friend of Joe Biden's. That's all it is. He's worked on his campaigns. He's worked on his campaigns. He's just been a friend. There was no like, oh, you got a great background, let's make you Secretary of State. It was just like, man, you're pretty cool. That's how he got that position. Oh man, you're pretty cool.
Actually, probably got it because he sold his kids to Dagon Biden for the weekend. I mean, he keeps running back to the basement.
Rocky.
I'm with Raccoon. I don't trust all these names. Bolton, Lincoln. Who's next? Jackson for Michael Jackson?
You never know.
Sheila Jackson.
Let's go ahead.
Simone.
All right, guys. All right, settle down.
If you listen to Scott Ritter.
All right. Well, on that note,
Hello.
I've got a great headline here.
Okay. Rose, welcome to the panel, by the way. It's good to have you here.
Yeah, but do you listen to Scott Ritter? He says Ukraine have had it. They've lost over 350,000 soldiers up to now.
Yes.
And I hope for God China comes to a peace. It's got to stop. It's terrible.
I agree.
Yeah, I totally agree.
No, it's devastating. It's a meat grinder over there. And the Ukraine, me and Brett were talking about this over the weekend. Ukraine looks horrific. It looks like a World War I photo. Like most cities there just look horrific.
Yeah.
It's gotta stop. They can't do that.
The Raccoon
and I just
doesn't believe it. He doesn't believe that it's going on, right, Raccoon?
I believe it's going on, and just the thing of it is this is all in part of the deal that Trump made with Putin. Okay, just like he done with Xi Jinping. Why are both of them that he went to their places and the signs were in our faces and nobody pays attention to it? Donald Trump's the only white man who's ever been in the Forbidden City. That's only for Chinese delegates and Chinese royalty. And Xi Jinping looked like he had his butt paddled before the picture was taken. And he was sitting there with a frown on his face, and his wife's had a frown on her face. And when he meets with Putin, Putin hands him a soccer ball, says the ball's in your court.
Yeah.
Tell me when to start the game.
Yeah.
Because they all know that Taiwan and Ukraine are nothing more than states. They're not sovereign countries. They never filed the paperwork. So they can't do nothing with them.
They're not sovereign countries. In fact,
no, they're not.
Russia had Ukraine. They gave it over with the Western Bloc. When they give over Germany, Russia gave part of Ukraine, didn't they? You should know this, Rocky.
Yeah, the daggone fight that they had there in the 90s and the 80s with we sending troops over there.
Hill Club, welcome.
And I had friends who were over there for that peacekeeping. And they said it was like a freaking war zone over there where they were at. They weren't up on the front lines. They were just basically hanging out in the background, supplying the daggone troops at the front. But they never filed for daggone UN sovereign countryship. So they're not identified as a sovereign country, just like Taiwan.
Well, you know what?
We have an agreement with Taiwan that says as long as you stay where you're at and do as we tell you, you can have your freedom from China. And China's always been trying to take them back one way or the other, but they've never gone to war over it. And I don't think we're going to see a war in Taiwan. This is all look over here, not over there. We're not done yet.
Yeah.
That's all this is about.
All remains to be seen.
They haven't got any, and they've used up all their ammunition and everything. They're basically at it, and we can't produce any more. We're basically, so I hope they stop giving them any more stuff. It's terrible amount of money we've been ammunition we've been giving them, as well as you.
Yeah.
So just ask yourself for a minute, if China is our enemy because they want to take Taiwan, why are we still financing them with goods and services? That's treason. By
It's a balancing act,
you want to say,
and I think everybody knows that.
Rocky, hang
well,
on.
I know that, but what I'm saying is, it's all a daggone limelight. The tone is up, and they're not abiding by any declaration of war or any wartime thinking. They're just going, I'll go ahead and send them some more money. They're putting us into a battle that we may not be able to go to.
This could go on for forever right now. I understand your points that you guys are getting out there. I do. I totally get it. We get it here on the panel. I'm sure everyone does. Yes, it is a fight for, you put it out there, a fight for limelight. Where's it going to end? Who knows? Is it going to end? Who knows? It's all just if, could, should, will it, and we can go with it from there. There's too many ways this can go.
Well, the dollar is going down, isn't it?
Yeah, there is. There's a list. It can go on and on. Scott, you had some comments. Let's go ahead and hear your comments here.
I was just going to talk about other.
Okay.
We've got some stuff that we should probably cover today.
Yeah. We should probably get through it. Okay. Let's go ahead and move on.
And speaking of shifty deals, which is sort of the topic, So I saw this story and I was like, wait a minute, what is going on with this? So
Yeah.
JP Morgan and Deutsche Bank, a U.S. judge has allowed them to face lawsuits over Jeffrey Epstein's ties.
What?
Yeah,
What
so
did
I'm going to go into this a little bit further.
Okay.
So a U.S. judge on Monday said that JP Morgan Chase must face a lawsuit by the U.S. Virgin Islands. Remember the district attorney out there that
Yes.
put a lawsuit and then they got rid of him?
Right.
Right? Immediately got rid of him. Well, he filed the paperwork, so the paperwork's there and legit, even though he lost his job over doing it.
Right. He was pink slipped, but he shoved it in. So there was no way to cover it up.
And so the U.S. Virgin Islands are accusing the bank of enabling the late financier Jeffrey Epstein's sex trafficking. And this is where it's kind of, you get the twist. The judge also said that JP Morgan and Deutsche Bank must face lawsuits additionally by the two women who said Epstein sexually abused them and who has accused the banks of enabling the sex trafficking period. So it does seem like they're finally taking something, making this accountable for him.
Right.
Horrible person. Absolutely horrific that this is something that has been repeatedly swept under the rug.
Yeah.
And there was not too much coverage. His suicide, staged or not. I mean, the idea that it was not finished out for the sake of all of the people that he's hurt.
Right.
That's all I have to say about that. I'm not going to get into all of that, but for the sake of all of the people that this man underneath his umbrella were hurt by all kinds of different people.
Yeah.
Is just devastating. And yes, if you have to go after the banks, if you have to do this, and finally a U.S. judge has finally said, I've had enough. I actually think this is positive news, even though it's on a horrible subject.
Yeah. Okay. I'm with you on that one.
Speaking of absolutely.
Oh no. I hear it ringing in. All right. You're trying hard, aren't you, this morning, Scott?
Yeah, let's switch over to Washington real quick.
Okay.
No. We're gonna have to set this one up. So
Okay.
Biden has officially issued his first veto. He struck down a bipartisan legislation that would have overturned a Labor Department rule allowing retirement plans to consider ESG principles in investing.
Okay.
Senator Manchin of the great state of West Virginia has stated on this veto, the administration continues to prioritize their radical policy agenda over the economic, energy, and national security of our country, and it is absolutely infuriating. So go ahead and roll that clip.
Let's go ahead and roll the clip. Here we go.
I just signed this veto because the legislation passed by the Congress would put at risk the retirement savings of individuals across the country. They couldn't take into consideration investments that wouldn't be impacted by climate, impacted by overpaying executives, and that's why I decided to veto it. It makes sense to veto it.
All righty, Scott. There's that clip there.
Okay, so let's break it down to the fact of what this does.
Okay.
9 years from now,
Mm-hmm.
everyone who is on Social Security will have a 24% reduction. That's what he just did.
That's exactly what he did.
He has
9
set
years
no
from now.
money aside from the U.S. budget, the U.S. government's budget. He has set no money to prevent that from happening. And he has come up with every excuse in the book, and he actually says the opposite, right?
Yeah.
Of
Handy J, welcome.
Of actually what he's doing. You know, and it's just a shame. He's saying how much he cares about people who are on Social Security, but he's not doing anything about it. And Janet Yellen is literally responsible for all of this. So,
Kirkley, welcome to the show.
And she covers for him, but it's kind of like not really fair. That's her job. It's her job to bring it to the table, right?
Right.
And so we don't actually know if that's even happening. We don't even know if Biden even realizes that.
Right.
You know? But yeah, so the big thing, the big looming thing, 9 years.
9 years,
if things,
24%.
If things continue, so I'm not trying to add some scare factor here. If things continue and nothing has changed and nothing is put in place in 9 years, every Social Security recipient will be, I said that word wrong, will be deducted 24% of their income. And so we have to figure out something before. That's where I'll leave it. Before that happens, we need to get something in, rolling, right? We got to get these politicians of ours working together and doing something right and just moving forward.
Yeah. They just got an increase.
Of course.
Yeah. You know, Social Security just got a small increase. I know because you think about it, when you're on Social Security, you're stuck on, a fixed income. With everything that's going on right now in the world, hell, half of them can't even make it on just their fixed income alone. We're talking people have worked 70, actually, what is it right now? The retirement age is what they move it to? Is it 67 for full benefits now?
Are you serious? I thought it was 65.
No, I think 63 is the early.
The intro, right?
Yes. 63 is the intro, 67 is the full. Old man says 70. Finley, welcome to the show. Welcome.
Hey, let's go 80. How about that? Let's just push it up.
You know what? Before you know it, that's what they're doing. They're eking it out so long that maybe some of us won't even be here by then.
I'll be driving the truck, delivering my packages at 80
Brett.
years old, boy.
Yeah.
Hey, Brett, most people don't get to collect Social Security because they die before they reach the age.
Right. No, that's
a lot
what
of
I was
people don't
saying.
realize that.
Yeah.
The old man working with the family usually dies, and the family ends up getting a portion of his Social Security.
Yeah.
But it's always been well, since President Johnson put in the daggone general fund during the Vietnam War, it became a lapdog for everything they wanted to do with our money, because they right now owe Social Security over $3 trillion in IOUs.
Yeah. Well, there you go.
Go ahead and give Ukraine $3 trillion more. How about that? But not me anything.
Well, we're biting ourselves in the ass is what we're doing. Yeah.
It's all to bring down America. It's all to bring down America. Once America's gone, the rest of the world crumbles.
Well,
I've got a story that's going to warm your heart.
If you don't see that, then you need to.
Yeah. The old man put out there, I put 250,000 into SS and we'll never see that back. I don't think any of us will.
Right.
It's just, okay. Kirkley put out there, he put out the website. I actually just pulled up the website and confirmed as well. It says 67 full, but if you wait till you're 70, you get more.
So it says 67. I thought we said 63.
63 is early.
Okay, so 63 to 70 is. I just wanted to know the range. That's all I was going after there.
Yeah, it's a at 63. It is a reduction. I think the reduction is can't remember it. Reduced by I think like 30%, if I remember correctly. It's roughly right around 30% if you take it early. So it's quite a hit. Yeah, it could definitely bite you in the ass.
Just be
Quickly
smart,
put out
and
there,
then
you
if
can
you
start it.
can, pay off your house before then, get another house, and then rent out the one that you paid off.
It's a possibility out there. We're going to start flipping Vegas. Is that where we're going? The show. Paul G, welcome to the show. All right, Scott, you got something that said you're going to warm my heart with? Is that what you got?
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
Because you really, really like her, and I know you just talk about her, and your eyes get all glassy every time you talk about her. Greta Thunberg.
Oh no.
You like her, right?
Gets the bell.
Well, I am pleased to announce that she has received an honorary doctorate from the Faculty of Theology at the University of Helsinki.
What a bunch of crap.
And Dr. Dre is a real doctor of mixology.
We got Dr. Dre, we got Dr. Jill, we got
Did you say of mythology?
No, mixology.
Mixology. There we go. No, what a bunch of crap. I'm sorry, but yeah. I don't know. We're gonna go back to Dr. Phil again, right? You guys all know how I love Dr. Phil. I'm sorry. It just Kirkley put out bartenders are important.
There's a new Dr. Phil, but it's a girl, Dr. Philly.
Yeah, Dr. Philly. Yeah. You all take a wheelbarrow, put a bucket of shit in there, and that's going to save your marriage. I'm sorry. That's kind of a rant. I don't know. All right. Go ahead, Scott. What else you got going? Thanks for that. You just made my day, warmed my heart.
There you go. See?
Scott.
I put a little global warming in your heart.
That's not real.
Killing me, man.
That's a
no. It's not real.
So
what else?
This just broke. This is like the last thing that I have that just broke.
Okay.
So a no confidence vote against the French government over pension reform has failed narrowly in Parliament. The vote failed by 9 votes. Macron's legislation will become law. His plan has sparked weeks of countrywide protest and strikes, and that is just in. So nothing worked.
No.
I'll just say he was able just to push through whatever he wanted, and that's people in France are going to be very unrestful.
Well, yeah. And now we just broke out, right? They put out that protests are illegal. So
right.
Especially where's it gonna go from there?
In those areas that I was mentioning. So those are just like the main areas where the protests usually occur there in Paris.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to see if I can go back to that and see if we can find where it did talk about that.
Yeah.
What was that? Oh, right. It was wow. Actually, here it is. So it was Place de la Concorde in Champs Elysees.
Elysees? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you got it out without stuttering, so you did good. I'll let you go on this one. I didn't have to bell you or anything else. Can you say unanimously for me?
Unanimously.
Thank you, man. I needed that spark this morning. Hey, Sue, welcome to the show. And we got Scott to say unanimously this morning. Even better. You know what's funny? Okay.
No, I don't.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna say it this morning. It was pretty funny. I was listening to Yancey and Justin last night, and they sparked it up. They did not point out who, all they had to do was say, Yancey said something about, someone trying to say astronomer. You want to try that one again?
Astronomer.
Where's the bell?
There's the bell. I love it, man. I love it. Yancey took a tag on that one, by the way.
All y'all laughing in the chat, you better be hitting them hearts or you can just get out of here. You know what I mean?
I'm hitting them.
Some things are just not very funny.
Hit the hearts or hit the road, you dirty animal. Yeah, well, man, he says he's talking about you. He's talking like you. Oh, man. No, it was actually funny. It was actually pretty funny. I actually got a laugh out of it. I was listening to the show last night. I had to go in. Yancey's in the background all being quiet. He goes, yeah, man, you should have heard this guy try and say astronomer. Okay, now that I got my breath back, Scott, what else you got going for us here?
No, we're pretty up to date. So
are we? Okay.
A lot of just all over the place. I mean, so much going on right now, right? We've got people flying and doing things and going to different places, and it's just it's a hugely confusing world out there sometimes, and there's just a lot of movement, and that's all I got for today.
Okay, well, we ended on a good note with pronunciation with Scott. It's a great day.
I
have a question.
So glad that's all you got out of everything I brought today.
I have a question directed towards Scott.
You go, Rocky.
Hi, Rocky. How are you?
Can you say aluminum?
Aluminum.
Double bell. We got Rocky and Scott trying to say it now.
Hello.
We're gonna have to do a show dedicated on pronunciation. Thank you, Pat Love. We're gonna come out with a special show. It's gonna be called Pronunciation with Scott and Rocky. Stay tuned for that special.
I mixed that up just to get him going there. Okay, I can say aluminum, just like President Biden can.
Right. Well, no. He has better. He always says it better. He says,
"Would be weak. Would be you. We would we the all of our."
There you go. You got to go to the woo woo week. Scott, can you do the woo woo week for me? Come on.
Would we be weak?
Bad Love, thank you for the gifts out there. It's most appreciated. It's all you. We've got a very large room today. I want to thank you guys for joining us here at the Pulse, and everything you guys do. You support us here. You help us out with those gifts and the engagement and everything. We have such amazing people that get in on the chat and, of course, up here on the panel. And it's all because of you guys that we have such a great show. Me and Scott and Miss Susie just love having you and love having you guys as a part of our family here at the Pulse. So thank you guys. We got R&R that just jumped in the show. And
I had to say something. This is Caps, and the correct pronunciation is aluminium. It's aluminium.
This is my hello, Paul. How you doing, my friend? Hello,
my
Scott.
brother.
How you doing? Yeah, I'm good, man.
I'm
hope
so
you're well.
I'm so glad you're here.
I'm the real
How you
cat.
doing?
Finally,
How you doing?
somebody who
I'm
goes
the real cat.
on here who's not going to just make fun of me constantly.
No problem.
Like I'm
You're
like
a cool
the butt
dude.
of everybody's
No,
jokes.
I love Scott. Hello, Rocky, and hello, Algato, Homo, Homeboy. Yeah, whatever you want
Excuse
to
me,
call
it's
yourself.
aluminium. My name is
Yeah.
aluminium.
Oh, is it not Mexi? Is this a PG or is this
It
an
is.
explicit?
It is PG today.
Okay, I'll allow it
We're
then.
doing
Okay.
doing Speak and
So,
Spell with Scott.
hello, Algato. Be respectful, my friend.
I am respectful.
Yeah. So you're gonna say hello, or are you just gonna sit there in a corner acting like a fool?
I said, uh-oh, I'm Ari. Hello.
Yeah, brilliant. Anyway, carry on, Mexican. Carry
I
on.
am Mexican.
Let's also.
He ain't acting.
Did you jump over the wall? Did you jump over the wall, or did you burrow under? What happened?
We're going
Did you have a did you have a what is it? A taco and a burrito in your left and right hand pocket? Or?
All right, let's also welcome Mr. Finlay.
Hello, Finlay. I hope you're doing very well.
Yeah,
I am doing very well. Thank you, kind sir. And hello, Mr. Brett Denali from Denali.
You, sir. Yeah.
Scotty,
So,
my
Brett,
boy,
how was your
Rocky,
weekend, my friend?
Elgato.
You know what? It was eventful.
Go on, give it to me.
Eventful
give it to
that
me,
I
baby.
stayed home. I did. Let's see here. It was eventful that I stayed home. It was eventful that I had 2 bottles of Jack Fire. Oh my goodness, Rocky's phone's going off. I sat with me and Susie had cocktails. We did some shows out there. We got on some shows out there, and we just had a great weekend. Just stayed at home and enjoyed it. You know, I didn't get hungover. I'm surprised.
So am I. So am I.
Every time I turn around, Russ is going, "Hey, Denali, take another shot, brother." And I'm going, "Yeah, this is gonna hurt." Oh yes, Yancey, thank you, Yancey. I did do I played some drums yesterday.
Well, that was good.
Yeah, I was on with Russ at Outside of Normal, and I was actually sitting in the studio. I was playing. I was hitting some drums up, and they go, "Come on, play something, play some drums." And I did something on there, and got some great feedback by Scott, by the way, as to now I need to crank it down a little just to keep it from getting distorted out there. But had a lot of fun. Definitely, it was a great time this weekend. St. Patty's Day was awesome for all of us, and we are all safe. And I'm glad to see all of you here, and that we all made it through and had a safe and fine weekend. Mr. Seaman, Mark Seaman, welcome to the show, and Blazed and Glazed, welcome to the show. If you're new to the show, make sure you hit that follow button out there. You want to find out more about us here at The Pulse, check us out at pulsealaska.com. That's our website there. There's a bunch of tabs you can find out more about us here. Also ways to support, and we also got some other things on there that will help you out, make you be part of the show a little bit more, that sort of thing. Scott, does that sound pretty good? Scrabble Bag, welcome to the show. Make sure you hit that button. Yes, those that want to know what Scrabble Bag is, if you come into our show, yeah, and don't have a screen,
is there anybody there?
you will be noted.
Nah, you know what? I'll tell you what, Scott. Sorry, Brett. I do apologise, but you know what Scott's doing right now? He's giving me the ample movement in order to be able to use it. I'll tell you what, you are nothing like that. You are nothing like that, dude, by the way. So, no, don't even go there. All right.
Yeah. And I will give credit where credit is due. Mr. Yancey of WKOPs, he is a fine show, has a fine show out there. And yeah, someone just Heel Club just changed his screen name to Scrabble Bag. Love you, brother.
Yeah.
And yes, we do have some great people that are involved in our show here. Also, I want to put out there, For those that follow us, and of course, the old man, we've been talking about the Nenana Ice Classic here. It's our way of, it's kind of our, I don't know, our lottery once a year, as you call it. The old man and ourselves here at the Pulse are putting together I did it at the beginning of the show, that we were putting together a contest. Matter of fact, if you want to, you can check it out. Let me do this here. I'll put the website out there. I can put it in the chat. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, what we're doing is we're doing a combination of the Pulse along with the Old Man's podcast for your guesses on when the ice is going to break up and the tripod will float down the river. You have until April 5th to get that into us. You can send in your, make sure you have your name attached to it and your date and time of when you think the ice will go out here and we have breakup here in Alaska. Send it to either thepulsealaska@gmail.com with your name and date and time of your guess, or you could send it to the Old Man's Podcast@gmail.com. And we're going to start tallying those up, getting everyone's guesses together. And with that, there's going to be a gift card to Glow Flow Denver out there. Little plug out there for J-Baby out there. glowflowdenver.com. There will be a gift certificate out there. Anywhere in Alaska or a certain area. No, it will be on the Tanana River outside of, which is basically in Nenana. Glow flow. Go ahead. There you go. There you go. And the old man put it out there also. There's the email that you can send it to, the Old Man's Podcast@gmail.com. For the winner, we'll get a $100 gift card. And it's going to be fun. Totally cool. Totally cool. What do you think, Scott? You know, Tullian, welcome to the show, brother.
I'm confused.
You're always confused.
Easily confused with Scott.
Yeah, you know.
Right, leave Scott alone.
I can't.
Leave me alone, please. Leave me alone.
Right. I tell you what. No, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. New contest. Collaborated with the Old Man's Podcast. I'll throw out a plug for him right now because I always do it at the end of the show as well. Make sure you guys are checking out the Old Man's Podcast. It's happening Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. Alaska time, 7 a.m. Pacific. And Monday through Friday, great show to be a part of. I love being there in the mornings. Gets your day going. Lots of fun. Good chat. Good talk. Great panel. So check that out. Like I said, the Old Man's Podcast. It's awesome. Also, he's been doing out a primetime show. The primetime show is on Friday nights. The old man. Yeah. The old man teams up with his son, Big Dog Rich, puppy dog.
That was a great show.
At 7 p.m. Yeah, wasn't it a lot of fun? It was amazing out there. 7 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Alaska time. Like I said, the old man is putting out the primetime show. We had a good time last week. I don't know. I was on the panel and I was just watching the old man just go every which way but loose. It was great to see. He was scrambling. It was a heck of a panel. I can tell you that. It was good times. I'm looking forward to that again. All right, Scott, do you have any other news that we need to get out for the day?
Good to go.
Good to go. All right. All those in the room right now, we currently are sitting at 21 right now. For all those that are new to the show, make sure you guys
22.
22. Okay. It's a great day here at the Pulse. And someone just hit me up on the side. Yes, we are still in the top 10. Thank you guys for that. You guys has put us in the top 10 and we're proud to be there.
Actually, I checked the stats and you're at number 9 right now.
Are we at number 9? Yeah, we're still holding. Oh, thank you, Bad Love. Thank you. It's all you guys, like I said, with all those likes out there and those gifts that you send in. Keeps us rolling here at the Pulse. I hope to stay in the top 10. Actually, you know what? The top 20 is great. You know what? You're visible. You're making yourself shine out there. And like I said, it's all of us together. All us hosts out there just do some amazing things for each other, and it's a lot of support coming around from other shows. Scott, you got anything? I saw your bubble light up. Are you bubbly right now?
No, I'm just listening.
Listening
I'm
to
just
my rambling.
I like to have my bubble light up.
Oh shit! Oh Scott, do you think we should do? Do you think I should do a take the piss? I mean, take the Mickey Moo, and like we go, hello,
hello,
how you doing?
Hey, Caps. By the way, Hanny J
Is there
says
anyone there?
Hanny J sent you a message on Telegram. By the way, brother, just to let you know.
I ain't on Telegram no more.
I am. I'm on Telegram. You know
I
that.
deleted it.
Or not-
Just
not
to let you
on
know,
Telegram.
Hanny J, I deleted it.
I'm on Discordy thing or whatever it is.
Hello, Miss Angie. You know what? The one person I respect all throughout Podbean, the mostest, and she's like the hostest, is Angie. So can you give a good welcome to Angie?
Absolutely, Miss Angie. Do you want to know a story on this, Caps? I got a story for you in the background. Let me give you a little story. So Angie had been coming on the show for a very long time. She's always so elegant and just so nice in the chats and everything else. I started calling her Miss Angie. And after that, she asked if it was. She didn't even ask me really. She
I
just said,
love Angie.
"I love it," and she changed her screen name to Miss Angie.
Oh, you are the actual co-founder of the name.
No, I will not go with that. All I want to say is, Miss Angie, it's great to have you on.
Oh no, she's lovely.
She threw it out there. That's a true.
No, that's amazing, brother. And you know what? With Angie, you know what? She was the first person to actually make me kind of see sense. Actually, to be honest, like
Really?
I come on, yeah. Like I come on here like a bit of a wild hog, and then when I actually realised
You're not wrong about
there
that.
was normal people. No, homeboy, you have got no stance right now, so don't even go there.
I'm
So
a
you've got
brother.
no, genuinely, you have got no, homeboy, you have got no stance. You cry more than a woman, so don't even go there with me. But anyway, no. All right, I'm gonna shut up for a minute. I'm gonna have respect for your show. I'm gonna have
Thank you,
respect for your
sir.
show.
All right, we are running out of time right now. So what I'm going to do is we do have a final song for the day. I want to get some final words from our panel here. Russ, go ahead and give me some final words for the day.
Well, never listen to anyone with a Birmingham accent is what I've found out over the past 2 months. That's words of advice.
Thank Russell, you have done the wrong thing right there, right now.
All right,
I
Russ.
got you.
I'm
I got you.
100%
I appreciate it.
Not when homo's here.
My thing is, look
Hang
out for
on one
Brownie
second.
Fruit.
Stop. All right. We're going one at a time here. All right, Caps, go ahead and give me some final words for the day here.
Right, I always enjoy. I'm sorry I popped in late, but I think your show is absolutely amazing, and I love everyone on the panel other than this little furry little cat in the corner. But it's okay. The point is that, and Russell Finley, you're okay as well. You don't understand.
Thanks, mate.
You're all right. But yo, Angie, that's what I wanted to say. You know, until I realise, you know, some people bring you to earth, like they make you realise, yo, look at you a good person. And I swear to God, get them people attached to you, because it's not worth the people who rip you to pieces all the time. It's the people who actually care, and they give you good criticism, and it's very important that you listen. And if you don't listen, you will always stay in your realm. But I've learned, and that's very important. So yeah, that's all I'm going to say. And I'll tell you what, Pulse, I appreciate you. I'll tell you that now.
Thank
and
you,
Scott, I appreciate you to co-host. I appreciate you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Caps. All right, let's move on to Rocky. Go ahead and give me some final words for the day, Rocky.
Yeah, we just need to be a little patient with each other sometimes and try to be kind to each other.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it, Rocky. El Gato, please give me some final words for the day.
Anybody that will listen, I'm telling the Pulse is my favorite show on Podbean right now. I said it on Frankie D. So you guys are my favorite right now. And you know what? Look out for Vladimir Putin riding around in his Coupe de Ville. He's coming to a town near you. And don't forget it's aluminium, not aluminum.
There you go, Gato. All right, Scott, go ahead. Give me some final words for the day. Aaron, by the way, welcome to the tail end of the show.
Yeah, just thank everybody for joining the show today, and so many kind words from the panel. Wow,
ain't that great?
Really, yeah, it is. It's really, really great. It's like almost like I don't have much to say because they just like they pulled out my heart and stepped on it real quick. So
no, it's like, because we give a fuck. We care. Sorry, we care about you. That's what.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Wonderful. I got a good feeling. Thank you, Caps and Gato and yeah. Great day.
Great day.
Thank you.
All right, I got some final words for you guys out there today. You know what? Coming from here, from the Pulse, from Mr. Denali Brett. Yep, that's me. You know what? Complain a little less, appreciate a little more. I want you guys to frown less and smile more. Talk less and listen more. A big one, judge less and accept a little more. Hate less and definitely love a little more. Those are my final words for today. Be kind out there, be gentle, and show a little love. I'm going to go ahead and roll out into our outro here, and let's get this thing rolling. First of all, I want to thank my panel out there. What a wonderful panel we've had today. We've had Rocky on here. We've had Caps on here. We've had Russ. We've had El Gato. We've had some wonderful people in the room today. I want to throw out some podcasts out there that we support. Check out the Old Man's Podcast, Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. Alaska time, 7 a.m. Pacific. Having that morning show gets me going in the morning. I get to suck down some coffee and have a little fun, get some chat going. Also, check out the WKOP, Wrong Kind of Podcast. He's supposed to be recording 2 days a week, but he's out there a little bit more than that lately. They got some fun stuff going on there in Kansas. Check those guys out. Also, check out my good friend Russ at The Outside of Normal, his overnight podcast. Great place to hang out. Enjoy some friends out there. We also got the Amber May Show. Check out Finley's show out there, The Witching Hour. Just a great place to be. Also, look out for us tomorrow. Tomorrow we are still on the bubble for the Headline News Show. We may have something other in store for you tomorrow. If not, we will be having the Chill Show at our normal time, 10 a.m. Also, look for us Wednesday night. That's our variety show, 6:30 p.m. Alaska time, 7:30 Pacific. It's going to be a great time as always. Like I said, it's all of you guys that make us here at the Pulse, and we want to thank you for that, and we're never going to forget.
Well, can I throw one out there?
With that, yeah. What's that, Caps?
Can I throw one out there?
Absolutely. Do it to it,
Well,
brother.
I'm going on right now.
There you go. I threw it out, Caps. I did say.
I love you. Oh, you're a legend. You know what? I wish I had your beard, because if I did, I wouldn't look like Rocky.
There you go. All right. With that, thank you all for joining us here at the Pulse. Look for us again tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. With that, I've got one more song for you on the way out. And with that, this is Denali Burrow Brett along with Tucson Scott. We are signing off for the day, and we will see you all out there cruising the bean. Thank you guys again. Talk to you soon. Enjoy your day. Please be safe and be kind.
Nowhere to run to, baby. Nowhere to hide. Got nowhere to run to, baby. Nowhere to hide. It's not love I'm running from. It's the heartbreak I know will come. 'Cause I know you're looking for me. But you become a part of me. Everywhere I go, your face I see. Every step I take, you take with me. Yeah. Nowhere to run, baby. Nowhere to hide.